friends, we are navigating the deep waters into the European Economic Community. So we are saying, in a bid for the capitalist countries to promote capitalism, what they did in this kind of arrangement, they formed the European Economic Community. The agenda was to help fellow capitalist countries in building their economies. I can tell you, economies of countries had been affected because of wars like World War II, 1939 to 45. So by this time, these ones came up with the idea of European Economic Community. The agenda was to help fellow capitalists in terms of developing their economies. So we are saying the European Economic Community, also called the European Common Market, was a regional organization or association of European countries that was set up to promote economic integration among member states. It was established in 1957 by the Treaty of Rome, with its headquarters based in the Belgian capital of Brussels. And it became operational on 1st January 1958. So we are saying the original members were 6 Western European countries that included France, West Germany, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. So we are saying its formation was part of the wider effort to economically integrate Western Europe after World War II. So we are saying after World War II, the economies were down. So the European countries came up with the idea of forming European Economic Community to boost the economies. So we are saying among the objectives of the European Economic Community, we are like saying was to create a single or common market among the Western European nations. European nations had to have a common market. In other words, if someone, let's say, was from West Germany, had to trade with other groups of people in where? In Italy, all together. Another one, to promote peace and liberty among the European people. Peace and liberty had to be what? Promoted. By this time, the economy, if peace was there, the economy had to do what? To develop. Because people could carry out their businesses without fearing of wars. Another one, to build a political union of the states of Western Europe. All the states of Western Europe had to have a political what? Union. They had to have a common agenda. For example, in issues concerning about democracy, among others. To uplift the social economic conditions among the member states. The social and economic conditions of the member states had to be what? Uplifted. In other words, they had to change them to economically resist the spread of communism in Western Europe. The agenda was they wanted to stop the spread of what? Communism. Because the major competition in terms of ideology was between capitalism and communism. Now, we are asking ourselves, did the EEC achieve? Of course, it tried to do what? To achieve. Number one, among its achievements, it promoted trade among member countries. The members of EEC abolished all tariffs affecting trade among themselves. The tariffs affecting trade were what? Abolished. Where like passing around the border, the taxes were what? Abolished. The game changer was they wanted to boost the economies of all of these what? Countries. So in other words, the traders were not paying so many what? Taxes. Another one, it increased the productivity in the region. This was due to the expansion of the market. Let me tell you, because the market was very big, production had to increase. Why? Because by this time, people were assured of the what? of the market. Why not producing? So they started producing so many what? Goods. Because they were assured of the market in the region. People from West Germany had it like to take their goods in Italy, in Belgium, and this increased the production because they were assured of the what? Of the market. Another one, it influenced the establishment of common price levels for the agricultural products. Let me tell you, agricultural products were put at common, put at the same level in terms of what? Price. The game was they wanted to help the region to get food. People within the region had to get what? Food. Like agricultural products, the prices were stabilized at the same what? Level for people to get what? Food. Anyway, another one, we are like saying it encouraged the formation of similar trading groups in Europe, like the European Free Trade Association. However much they had EEC, EEC encouraged the formation of other groups like the European Free Trade Association, which was established on 3rd May 1960 to serve as an alternative trading bloc for those European states that were unable or unwilling to join EEC altogether. Because to join EEC, there were some kind of qualifications. But those countries that did not join EEC had, of course, to join European Free Trade Association. So we are like saying, the game was, there are those that could not manage to pay subscription. Subscription, the amount of money a country pays to be a member of what? Is by the time. So those that did not manage at least had to join European Free Trade Association. Another one, it helped to increase the economic welfare of the citizens. Let me tell you, the economic welfare of the citizens had to be improved upon. How? Because by this time citizens were assured of the market. When you are like producing goods, you could get the market within the what? In the region. So the welfare of the citizens had to be improved upon. I can tell you, welfare of people is paramount for the economies. Another one, it promoted democracy in Europe. How? Those countries that were undemocratic were forced to be what? Democratic. Why? Because the agenda of EEC was like promotion of trade and development. So if democracy was in countries, it could mean that countries were going to develop because they were assured of peace. A serious businessman cannot put his great business in a country that is full of wars. Another one, it encouraged the free movement of persons, labor, capital and services among the member states. Member states were allowed to move from one country to another to get jobs. Like if you fail to get a job in Belgium, you had to go in Italy. And this helped people to develop because you were assured of job in the wider market anyway. Another one, it passed regulations which tried to harmonize safety standards in the region. Let me tell you, there was a common safety standard for things like food, transport, trade, and agriculture. In other words, people were not allowed to sell harmful products to the what? To the people. In other common standards, like if you are selling something, it had to be scrutinized so that you don't like affect people's what? Lives. Like food, You are not supposed to sell poisonous food to the people. And this boosted the development anyway. Another one, we are like saying, it resisted the spread of communism from Soviet Union. Mind you, the agenda was, members of EEC didn't want communism to spread. So it resisted the spread of what? Communism. This was an achievement because when you look at the aims and objectives, one of the aims of EEC was to stop the spread of what? Communism. So we are saying EEC tried to achieve. Another one, it promoted reconciliation among the Western European nations after World War II. Politically, the European Economic Community aimed at reducing tensions in the region in the aftermath of World War II. In particular, it was hoped that the integration of Western Europe would promote a lasting reconciliation of France and Germany. France and what? German. Because at one time, you remember, France and German had the conflicts. I think you know this. But of course, members of EEC tried to promote what? Reconciliation. They had to reconcile. Because one part of German was believing in what? Capitalism. That was West what? German. Then it promoted unity. It promoted what? Unity among the member states. What's all about this? All our member states were encouraged to unite together for a common goal. Which goal? Which goal? Development. So, before I conclude this question, I'm emphasizing, I usually call it the kasoma faruq of Uganda philosophy. No one is coming. No one is what? Coming. The government is busy. Your family is busy. Even your friends are what? Busy. So it's upon you to liberate yourself. I can tell you, no one is coming. So rise up and liberate yourself. How are you going to liberate? By trying to navigate into the big waters and you write critical essays that are going to change nations, not villages, my friend. Another one, it facilitated the reconstruction of Europe. The reconstruction of what? Europe. After World War II. Where we are saying today, Europe had to be reconstructed after World War II. What's all about this? Countries had to be helped by EEC, where the rich countries had to help the struggling economies. In where? In Europe. I can tell you, EEC tried to achieve. Tried to do what? To achieve. So friends, you need to understand the idea concerning about EEC. So let me tell you, don't give a chance to your name. Don't give a chance to what? At whatever cost a question comes in, you must be willing to do what? To answer that what? That question.